We have this Pretty Vulgar highlighter in Shimmering Swan or Glow Up, I don't know. But it's pretty much highlight. It came in one of my subscriptions throughout my life. If I could open it. But it's not the type of highlight that I usually go for. It's kind of like a pinky kind of tone. And I'm just over these. I don't reach for them, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this along. Up next we have another butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. This one is in deep bronzer. I think this was one of the newer ones that they came out with. I'm not sure. Obviously it is a little deeper than the other one that I'm keeping. I do like both of them, so I'm gonna be keeping this one. Up next we have this Kevyn Aucoin, the Contour Duo, and it's a bronzer and highlight. This is beautiful. It's really, really tiny, but I really like this tone for like contouring. It's like a perfect tone, and then the highlight super, super subtle, super natural. And I really like this for like traveling because, like I said, that's a perfect tone for contour, and this is like a really subtle highlight. So if you travel a lot, I would definitely recommend this. I don't know if I would pick up the full size, maybe, because I really do enjoy this tone right here. But for now, this will work, and I'm keeping it. Up next, we have this Tarte, what are they called? Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Feisty. Once again, I don't wear blushes. This probably came in like a subscription or something. It is pretty, but it's not something that I will be reaching for, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. All right, and this is a highlight by e.l.f., and it was in collaboration with Heart. And this one is in Coffee and Cream, I think it's the shade. I don't know if they still have it. I know it was a limited edition, but then they decided to make it full permanent. It's a really pretty highlight. It's super, super intense. So I'm going to be keeping this one right here. Okay, up next, I have two ColourPop products. There is a highlighter and a highlighter. Oh no, one's a bronzer. Yeah, so this is a bronzer and this is a highlight. I know I have another highlight somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. But these are beautiful. I will not be getting rid of this. I think this is Party Animal and this one is Hello or Here Kitty Kitty or something like that. This tone is so pretty. Super smooth. I love what it looks like on my skin. And then this highlight is gorgeous. If you guys have not ever tried ColourPop highlights, you guys are missing out. It's so like, I don't know, it's kind of like makes it look like your skin is kind of wet. If you guys can see it right there. I don't know. It's really, really pretty. I really enjoy it, and I'm definitely keeping both of these. Okay, up next I have this Elsie highlight, and it is the Eclipse highlighter in Luna. This one is a recent purchase, and I love it. This highlight is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love that highlight. And if you guys can even see it right there, it's just so pretty. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I want to pick up a few other shades, but I don't need it, so I think I'm just gonna stick to this one for now. Okay, up next we have this Revolution. What is this called? Revolution Beauty, Beauty Revolution, Makeup Revolution, I don't know. But this one is the highlighter Reloaded in Just My Type. Oh my gosh, this highlight is beautiful. I just recently picked this up and I have not been able to put it down. It has topped pretty much every single highlight that I have. It is the most beautiful. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. I wish you guys could see it like in person. I don't know if you guys will be able to even notice it on camera, but it just looks so natural. You can build it up and make it look crazy. It makes your skin look like it's pretty much like wet and glossy, but it's not. Oh my gosh. This is a very underrated highlight, and it's one that everybody should be talking about. It's beautiful. So I'm definitely keeping this one. Up next, we have a Catrice highlighting powder in Champagne Campaign. I picked this up a while ago. Jessica Braun had recommended it. It is pretty much a really pretty, like a natural kind of glow. You guys can kind of see it right there. It is definitely not like a super bright kind of highlight. I would say it's more of a natural kind of highlight, but I am keeping it because I like using this for like more natural looks. All right, up next we have an Hourglass ambient lighting in nude bronze light. And this is a bronzer. My sister gave this to me for my birthday last year, or was it Christmas? I don't remember. But it's a really, really pretty bronzer. It is more of a natural type of bronzer. I don't know if you guys can even see it right there. It's right there. It's definitely a natural bronzer. You have to build it up, but it's really, really pretty. It looks very natural. Ooh, 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 ooh. And it's one that I, of course, will be keeping. All right, up next we have this ColourPop, what are they called? Super Shock Cheek, whatever, and it is in Part of Your World. This was a collaboration with Disney princesses. It is a blush, which I will probably never use, but because it is from the Princess Collection, I will be keeping because I love Disney princess stuff, so I'm keeping this one. All right, up next I have these two, what are they called? Cream blushes, and they're from Flower Beauty. These are beautiful, even though I don't like blushes. It is in Cinnamon and Pinched. These are so, so beautiful. I don't like blushes, but I am definitely keeping these because if I feel like wearing blush, these are the ones that I probably will reach for. Up next we have this e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter, and I don't know what shade it's in. Oh wait, it's right there. It is in Bubbly. This one is so pretty, but it's crazy highlighty. You guys can see it in there. Yeah, I think you guys can see. Got the point. But this thing is crazy, crazy, crazy. Damn. I'm scared that I'm gonna make a mess. So I put it right there, and it's really, really pretty, but I don't know. It's not one that I reach for very often because it is more messy, but if you like very bold highlights and you like more cream highlights, this is one that I would definitely recommend to check out. I don't even know if it's still available, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. It's really, really pretty. Up next, we have a Super Shock Cheek from ColourPop, and it's On the Cusp. This is a really pretty highlight, and I'm definitely keeping it. Then up next, we have this CYO shadow and blush, cream shadow and blush in Only Words. This is really, really pretty, but I don't know why I bought it. I don't like blush. I think I just really want to like blush, but I just don't. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one for sure. All right, up next we have two e.l.f. What are they called? Primer infused bronzers, and I picked them up in Perpetually Tan and Forever Sunkissed. As you guys can see side by side, they're completely different tones. This one I do like. It's really, really pretty. This one looks like more of a blush on me. It's a very orange tone, so I'm going to be getting rid of this one and keeping this one. Up next we have this Burt's Bees blush in Toasted Cinnamon. I picked this up because Kathleen Lights was raving about it, saying that it was the most beautiful thing. Yes, I'm losing my mind because I don't like blush and I don't like this tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass this along. Then up next we have a mini blush, and this is in Rose Powder Blush. No, this is in Romantic Rose. Again, I don't like blush. How many times do I need to say it? And it's a really pinky kind of shade, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. Up next we have this Melt Cosmetics highlighter, and it's in Stargazer. This one is so pretty. I love this highlight. They did come out with like a lighter shade just recently, and I kind of want to pick that one up, but I don't need it. But I'm definitely going to be keeping this one because it's really pretty. Then we have this The Balm Take Home the Bronzer by The Balm, and I think this one is in the shade Thomas. This one is extremely orange. I don't think the camera's picking up how orange it is. It's supposed to be like non-orange, but it actually does look orange on my skin. That's what it looks like right there. I don't really like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. Then I have here a Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's a mini. This is definitely not one of my favorites, but I will be keeping it for now. All right, then we have this Lisa Frank XOXO Glamour Dolls. What is this called? Bitten and Bronzed Matte Bronzer. This one I received, I think it was in an Ipsy. This bronzer, it's so pretty, but you can't find it anywhere. I think it was just like a limited edition kind of bronzer. And it's so sad because I feel like, I don't know, it's just such a pretty tone on my skin tone. As you guys can see, it's like the perfect tone of bronzer, so I'm definitely keeping this one. Then up next we have this JCat Luxe Pro Powder in Pearl Luminizer. It will show very well on camera. Yeah, it's not really showing. You guys can kind of see it right there, but not really. This highlight, you can build it up or you can make it look pretty natural. I really like it, and it will last you forever. It is like $6. I gave some to my sister. I've given some to my mom. The packaging is the worst. I hate the packaging, but you can always transfer it to another thing if you have one. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I wish they would improve the packaging. But other than that, this is really pretty, so I'm keeping that one. This bronzer will never leave my side. This bronzer is gorgeous. It is Thrive Cosmetics Blur and Sculpt Bronzing Powder in Rhea. This is another perfect bronzing shade for me. Where can I show you? As you guys can see next to the other one, it's a lot more cool tone. It's so pretty. I love this for contouring whenever I want to chisel my cheeks a little more, or just want to chisel my cheeks. I typically will reach for this one. It's so beautiful. I love it. If you're near my skin tone, I would definitely recommend this. I know it's a little more pricey, but it's definitely worth it. It is one of my favorite bronzing / contouring type of product. Then this is a recent purchase. It is the Kylie Jenner Pressed Illuminating Powder in Ice Me Out. The formula on this was really nice, but one, I wouldn't say really nice. It's not my favorite, but it's good. But the shade, I don't know. I think it might be just too icy for me. I think I'm gonna keep it for now though, because it is newer, and see if I change my mind on it. But it's definitely not one that it's my favorite for now. It'll be in my maybe pile, see if I decide to keep it or get rid of it. Up next we have Pixie Petra again, and it's the Subtle Sunrise Glowy Gossamer Duo. I picked this up because everybody was raving about it, and it's not my favorite. I just don't really like the formula. It's really pretty like tones, and it looks like it would be very pretty on the skin, but I don't know, I'm just not crazy about it. But I don't think I'm ready to let it go because it was expensive. This one was like $20 or $22 or something. I bought it in LA in the Pixie store, so I'm gonna keep it for now because I paid pretty much like high-end price. This was probably just as much as this one was, and I prefer the melt a lot more, but I'll keep it for now. Then we have this Essence Pure Nude highlighter in Be My Highlight #1. This one is a cult favorite. Everybody and their mom loves them. I think Kathleen Lights was the one that made it pretty popular, but it's a super natural type of shade. Probably wouldn't even show up, but yeah, it's very natural. It's very similar to this other one right here, the Catrice Highlight Powder. I would say these are very similar to each other in the formula, but I will be keeping both. Then we have this e.l.f. What's it called? e.l.f. Baked Highlight. I forget what it's called. This shade is in Moonlight Pearl. This is a very old highlight, but it's still a really good highlight. It is not a subtle highlight. You will definitely be able to see it. I don't know if you guys will even be able to pick it up right there on the top, but this highlight, when I first got it, I thought it was really bad. But then I found out you're supposed to scrape the top off. Once I did, this highlight was beautiful, and I'm so glad that I kept trying and kept it, and I'm definitely keeping it. Then we have this Fenty Beauty Mini Hustler Baby Highlight. This is what the inside looks like right here. This is a really pretty highlight. It's not the typical type of highlights that I go for because it is more gold. As you guys can, nope, you can't see it. Kind of blends into my skin tone, but I don't know. It's not, I do like the formula. It's just the tone was a little odd. This one came in a set with the Glass Bomb original gloss that she has, so that's why I got this one. My sister gave it to me. The shade I don't like, the formula I do, so I'm gonna keep it for now and maybe pick up a different shade. Then we have this Winky Lux Strobing Balm Radiant Pink something. It's another one of those like cream kind of things. I think this would be pretty for like a natural look, but again, these just kind of gross me out. I don't like the texture. I don't like what it makes my skin feel like because it feels greasy, so I will not be keeping this one. All right, and then for the last product on my singles, we have this ColourPop Loose Powder Highlight in Booming. This one's in collaboration with, with who? Shayla. And I don't like the shade of this. I picked it up because everybody was going wild about it, but it's really, really golden, and it just doesn't look good on my skin. So this is what the inside looks like. So I never used it, and I just kind of kept it hoping that I would use it, but I think I can pass it on to a better home. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this one. All right, and these are more like face palettes, I think I would call them. This one here is by Naked Cosmetics, and it's a holographic highlight collection. I feel like this was cool once upon a time. I never got into it. As you guys can see, they're all very holographic type of shades, and it's just not things that I will ever reach for, so I'm definitely passing this along. Then here we have this Makeup Geek, what's it called? Highlighting palette, and it was in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is what the inside looks like. I'm kind of intrigued by this just because she's so like light skinned, so I don't know why she created such deep tones for highlight. I know this came out a long time ago, and they swatch a little lighter. They're not the type of shades that I would typically reach for. There's like a gold tone, a pink tone, and more like an orangey type of shade. They're really pretty, and I will be keeping it for the sake of the collaboration because I know this is probably going to get discontinued at some time, but the formula is really good. But again, the tones are kind of odd, and I might reach for it, maybe for the gold tone, but definitely not the other two. I don't know. We'll see, but definitely keeping this one. Then we have this Pure Sculptor, and it's a highlight and contouring palette. I did like this originally when I first got it, but the tones are very deep for my skin tone. So if I go a little too far, it looks very wild. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this along. Here we have a Ofra highlighting palette. This is the old packaging they used to have. Now they upgraded it to this white one, but this is the old packaging. This is the Feeling Good highlighting palette, and it comes with Blissful, Pillow Talk, and Rodeo Drive. These are like the more popular type of shades, and these are beautiful. I love this palette, so I'm definitely going to be keeping it. All right, up next we have this Kokie Powder Contouring Palette. I believe this is supposed to be a dupe for the Kat Von D palette. However, I never reached for this. I don't really enjoy it. I think their formula is okay, but it's just not something that I reach for, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass this along. Up next we have this Cover FX Perfector Face Palette, and it comes with a ton of different products. It comes with a contour, finishing powder, blush, highlight, and brightener. I never reach for this. The contour is not a shade that I really like very much, or the formula. The finishing powder has a little bit of shimmer, so I wouldn't use it. Blush I wouldn't use. The highlights are kind of deep toned for me, and the brightener might be the only thing I would use, but I don't want to keep this just for that one single shade, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this along. Then we have this ColourPop highlighting palette, and it's the Innuendo. This one, everybody was going wild about it, and it's so pretty. I liked pretty much every single tone in this palette, so I'm definitely keeping it. It was a really, really good one. I don't know if they still have it available, but if they do, it's one that I would definitely recommend. Up next, we have this Jouer Bronzing Duo. This one, my sister just recently gave it to me, and I love it. It's very beautiful, and I'm definitely keeping this one. Let me show you guys what the shades look like right there. You guys can barely see it, but this one's a really pretty. On the go, it's perfect for traveling. The packaging is so cute, and the tones are just so perfect. Then up here we have this Flower Beauty highlighting palette. Oh, these highlights are amazing. They're so buttery, so intense. Where can I do it? Can you guys see that? They're so metallic, so beautiful. But if you go with the light hand, these look so beautiful on the cheeks. And yeah, I think they came out with a deeper tone highlighting palette, but it's just so beautiful. I wish they would just stop putting these dumb brushes in the highlights. Does anybody use these? Do you guys use these? I don't know. All right, up next we have this Tarte's Pro Glow by Tarte, obviously. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Oh, that's very glittery, or very reflective. This is what it looks like on the inside. It comes with one cream bronzer, one powder bronzer, and then highlights. I've reached for this maybe once. I'm starting to notice that I don't really like face palettes. I don't reach for them very much because typically I just want to do it fast and easy. And typically I don't like every single shade in one palette, so I don't reach for multi-use face palettes. But this one's one that I definitely don't use, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. We're almost there. This one is the Smashbox Shape Bronze and Glow in the Cali Contour one. See, this one is one that I do like. It comes with bronzers, one blush, which I would actually see myself using. This is a really pretty tone blush. I don't think it comes with a highlight, or maybe this one's supposed to be a highlight. Yeah, I think those are supposed to be highlights. But I really like this palette. It's one that I would reach for, so I'm going to be keeping this one. And then last but not least, we have this BH Cosmetics, and it was in collaboration with It's My Ray Ray. My boyfriend gave this to me when I first started using full face of makeup, so it has a sentimental feeling behind it. It is also very beautiful. I love the tones of the bronzer. The highlights I don't reach for very much. They're not my favorite tones. The formula is good, but the tones are not my favorite. And then the eyeshadows are so pretty. This is a perfect on-the-go kind of palette, but I forgot I had it because it was buried in my collection. So I'm going to definitely go ahead and pull this back out so that I can use it. All right, so this pile here is what I will be keeping. That pile there is what I'm going to be getting rid of. I think we did really good. I think I cut my bronzer, highlights, and blushes in half, and I'm pretty proud of myself. And that's Mr. Simba over there, who decided to join us. But yeah, I'll go ahead and link below my Poshmark, because I will be posting some of these here on my Poshmark for a sale. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to be putting up, but stay tuned. I'll probably be putting some of those up. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys an overview of what now my drawer looks like. I am super happy with what my drawer looks like. So I ended up putting all my highlights here, my single highlights, some of my loose ones, and like more bulky ones. I put them in the middle one where my blushes used to be. But since I'm not really keeping that many blushes, they're all back there. I'm keeping like 3 or 4, just in case I feel like using blush, which probably won't happen very often. But that's what I did for now, because it's what works for me. Then I put all my bronzers in here, which again, I'm so happy because now I can actually see every single one of them, and I actually love every single one of them that I'm keeping. So excited for that. And then, like I said, this one, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping it. We'll see how much I use it, but I put them in the front, kind of slanted, so my drawer could close. And I put these highlighting palettes in the front here because they used to be in a different drawer, so I kept forgetting that I had them. And I feel like now I'll probably be able to reach for them more often now that I can see them in front. But yeah, this is what the finished look is. I think we did great, and I'm super excited now. Oh, and then the palettes, I'm just going to put them on the second one. I ended up just keeping, 3 face palettes, so I'm just going to put them in the bottom drawer where they all were before. But super happy about this. We did great. Really good. Let me know below what you guys thought of my declutter. I will be having some other ones coming up. I think up next I'm going to be doing my lip products. But either way, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you would do so. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Also, if you made it this far, leave me a little kitty cat emoji for Mr. Simba. I would love to know who made it, because this was a really long video, so I appreciate if you did. That's it for today. Bye.